set a Charger record with 15 catches in one game. Well, it's been 2 years. But yesterday showed everybody Kellen is back. What caused this turnaround now? Is it just time has finally healed all wounds?
I think, Bill, the opportunity was there more than anything else. I have felt good for an awful long time, and people have brought up whether or not the Kellen Winslow would ever return.
Right.
I've just been waiting for the opportunity, and the opportunity presented itself yesterday.
Someone said that Coach Saunders had gone to you, or not gone to you, but said in front of everybody, you are the best tight end in football. Play like it? Is that right? Is that accurate?
That's exactly what he said. The day that he took over the head reins, we were in a team meeting out on the field in the infamous, what is now the infamous one-knee position, and Coach Saunders made that statement. I did not debate it. I did not dispute it. He was right, and it was time to start playing like it. And the opportunity presented itself yesterday, as it has the last couple of weeks, and just got a chance to do it.
Well, you did. Now, that's Kellen Winslow at his best. The one-handed, why do you make so many of those? They always throw them behind you?
I'm not going to say that. But my job is to catch the football, and the quarterback's job to throw it, and I just have to get in the best position I can.
Now, tell me about the screen coming up, the one that you scored the touchdown on. You have not used that tight end screen very much.
Well, we've used it a little bit early in the season against Kansas City. We got a big gain off of it. But this is very simple play. Start motion one way and come back the other. And here I have Donnie Masick and Gary Kowalski and Pete Holling out in front of me.
Nice wall.
And nice big wall, and just break a couple of tackles, and did not step out of bounds this week.
I didn't think you did last week, frankly, but you definitely did in this week. Now, here's the second touchdown. You were wide open again.
Well, just a very simple route that we ran inside, and I come back, and Dan made a real good throw on the ball. Got it to me before anybody could come in and, break it up.
You didn't get much of a rest yesterday, we know, because Bobby Micho left on waivers. I know he was supposed to work in. There's a lot of injuries with Eric and whatnot. Are we going to see more of you now involved in the offense, more of this tight end, maybe even a two tight end offense?
It's hard to say. Our game plan goes from week to week. It's predicated on what the defense is trying to do against us. And our coaches sit down and look at their personnel versus the defensive personnel we're going to go against, and they try to come up with the best game plan possible.
Yeah. Well, I hope it involves you more, because it looks like you're back, and Al's right. You are the best doggone tight end in the NFL.
Thank you.
And the defense helps.
And Gordon McCardner is our...
I've been expecting you. Your destiny awaits. The voices from ancient Egypt call out. Are you ready? The lovers. You will soon fall madly in love. Next, the Two of Cups. You will have luck beyond your wildest dreams. And now, a card of adventure. The world is yours.
Call the tarot about love, success, money. Dial 976-FEAR. $2 plus toll, if any.
Time, fun people. You're in luck at the Horseshoe Lounge in Lemon Grove. Thursday through Sunday, our live band will have you dancing to the sounds of the 50s and 60s. And for you team players, share the excitement in our weekly pool and dart tournaments. So don't sit home alone. Come dance and play all night at the Horseshoe Lounge, 7662 Broadway in Lemon Grove. San Diego's best bet for fun. Open 6 a.m. till 2 a.m.
Off the bench, and he was spectacular.
You bet he was. And the thing about Mark is he's got such a level, even attitude about his abilities and about his game. But when he gets into the game, he really takes charge. He gets back to pass. He reads the defenses extremely well, and he's got one of the most accurate arms I've ever seen. Last night was a big game for him, and it was great for our ball club for him to come off the bench and do what he did.
Coming off the bench like that, I would imagine it was Flick who was working with the first-team offense during the week. He comes off the bench. I don't know if he was throwing that much during the game, during practice or not, but it just worked.
Well,
How does it work when you're cold like that?
Well, Mark is an experienced quarterback. I think that's the difference between Mark and Tom, is that Mark has had so much more experience than Tom. And the thing about Mark is that because of that experience, he knows where to go with the ball. Last year he played quite a bit, and this year against Kansas City had an outstanding second half for us.
That was the Charlie Joyner, and here's Marcus Allen. And Bree said this is a classic run by Marcus Allen.
Well, this is vintage Marcus Allen. There's no doubt about it. He is a real gamer, as they say. I was very impressed. I've been impressed with him ever since I saw him in San Diego Stadium when he was a senior in high school. He's a real gamer, and when the chips are down, all those cliches about players that rise to the top, well, that guy does it every time.
Okay.
Hello again, everybody. All season, San Diego football fans have been craving a winner. The Chargers have been a major league disappointment, But the Aztecs have stepped in and tried to give local fans something to cheer about. I say tried because only 24,000 turned out last night to see the Aztecs run their record to 7-3. But look for the bandwagon to get rolling this week. The Aztecs may be on their way to a bowl game. BYU stands between San Diego State and its first ever trip to the Holiday Bowl. If the Aztecs beat the Cougars Saturday night at the stadium, the Aztecs will own the WAC title and their first trip to a bowl game since 1969. Last night, the Aztecs dominate a very good Hawaii team, 35-5 the final. Now, the Aztecs are 7-3 under first-year coach Denny Stoles, and the Aztecs are a party waiting to happen. Al Janis has more.
Okay, boys and girls, ready for a laugher? This is one for Aztec fans to enjoy all week long, a blowout. State's 6 other wins this season were cliffhangers. This one was over 6 minutes into the first quarter. 3 straight touchdown runs by Chris Hardy. The 66-yarder came on the first play from scrimmage. The other 2 were set up by crazy plays, as the Aztecs got all the breaks to go along with solid offense and defense. Diving catch by Ron Hall turns into a crazy interception by Mike Wilder. It'll be 14-0. Freshman center sails the snap way over the head of punter Kyle Alou. Brett Bernays recovers. It'll be 21-0 with just 6 minutes and 17 seconds gone in the first quarter. The Rainbows came in here with the nation's third-best defense, but it was the Aztecs who played the tough D, with some help from a local paper.
It just seemed like our own home paper, San Diego Union, pubbed Noga more than anyone on our team. It was like it was going to be a Noga show, a Hawaii defensive show, and we're like, you know, we're number one. We got to do it. They just fired us up to play the best game of our lives, and I think we did because we beat them pretty bad.
Todd Santos was 21 of 27 for 193 yards. This toss to tight end Kerry Reed Martin. He ties Brian Sipe at 44 career TD passes, and Todd has a year to go. Then Hawaii started thinking about getting to the airport quick when Harold Hicks stepped in front of a Greg Tipton pass in the end zone and carried it back 100 yards. Final 35-5. 5 interceptions for a defense that had only 6 the first 9 games. Then there was rest for the regulars and playing time for everybody else.
I didn't want to start doing a lot of things where we get some kids hurt, so we sat on it a little bit and kept our kids healthy for next week.
The last time the Aztecs played BYU for the WAC title was in 1979. Cougars blew them out 63-14, also on national TV. The Aztecs have been waiting 7 long years next Saturday. From the stadium, Al Janis for Sports Round.
Now, one half of the Holiday Bowl is set. The WAC champion will take on Iowa December 30th. And with us, Stan Bates of the Holiday Bowl Committee. Now, Stan, game officials are really excited about this matchup. What is it about Iowa that makes it so attractive?
Well, I think, Al, the fact that they're a Big Ten team, and the Big Ten conference has always been a good football conference. We've had very good relations with them, and we're pleased as we can be. We think it's a great matchup.
All right, let's take a look at some highlights of the Hawkeyes. Hayden Fry has turned this into a high-power program. Hawkeyes lost some good people last year, still ended up 8-3, and, you know, a lot of bowl games wanted the Hawkeyes, but Iowa wanted only the Holiday Bowl after losing out on the Rose Bowl, Stan.
That's right, and they've felt that way very strongly.
Now, Iowa, a very well-balanced team, improving offense. Defense has always been strong. They're especially strong up front. Take a look at this play here. But you know what I like about Iowa? The Hawkeyes are always good on special teams. Take a look at this play. This is Peter Marciano, and he'll take it 89 yards for the touchdown yesterday in the come-from-behind win over Minnesota. Now, Stan used to be the WAC commissioner, so you know the WAC teams. What about this matchup? Can the WAC champion handle this team like Iowa?
Well, I think they will do a very good job against them. The WAC is stronger now. They're bigger, and I think there's quite a bit of strength. I enjoyed watching the game last night with the Aztecs, and they were very sharp and played very good football, and they look like they want to win next weekend.
Now,